What's going on, guys? It's Pixelated, and today we're looking at pretty much an on-foot version of my fond childhood memories. A collaboration I've been waiting on since it was discovered and announced, a collaboration between notorious sneaker and apparel brand Adidas and the iconic anime series Dragon Ball Z. And it is indeed the sneaker you see on screen right now, the Adidas X Dragon Ball Z ZX500 Son Goku in the Son Goku colorway. The last part was really unnecessary because there really is only one colorway per sneaker in this collaboration. I really don't know where to start with these. I'm just excited to own this pair, so let's just start off with plugging my Instagram. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Pixelated, that's at PICSOLEATED, for some fresh, hot sneaker content and photography. And hire me if you're looking for a freelance photographer in Toronto, Mississauga area. If you like these Goku joints, you'll soon see some content with these in them, so make sure to get your follows in early. I might even do a giveaway at 20k subscribers, we'll see, so keep it locked. Anyways, back to the shoes. So these Saiyan flavored kicks are from the extensive Adidas X Dragon Ball Z collaboration. This collaboration includes a set of 8 sneakers based off the iconic Dragon Ball Z heroes and villains. And what's special about this collaboration is that each set of 2 sneakers is a highly famous protagonist and antagonist rivalry, such as Goku versus Frieza, for example, but they haven't all released yet. The way Adidas is handling this release is that they're dropping 2 pairs every month. The first 2 pairs happen to be the iconic Goku and Frieza Johns. This is the legendary first matchup and was part of the Frieza saga. The other pairs, such as the Gohan D-Rupt and the Cell Profear, will be from the Cell and Android saga, and so on and so forth. The Frieza pair is executed on a reworked version of their classic Falkendorf shoe, the Young One silhouette that released earlier this year. This is essentially the saga that started it all, so there's a lot of fandom here. Even for me, I'm kind of hoping I can eventually score a pair of the Frieza Young Ones for a good price just for nostalgia's sake. Dragon Ball Z was a huge part of my and I'm sure many other people's childhoods, and so I knew I had to get a piece of this collection for my collection. As with anything else, ain't nothing in life free, and the same goes for limited sneaker collaborations. It wasn't easy to get these shoes. I pretty much went overnight trying to get them. Thankfully, this journey ended at midnight when I was able to buy them online from a sneaker boutique's website. One of my shorter purchasing journeys, thank God. Let's just say my eyes have thanked me for resting them well that night. What's unique about this collection is Adidas didn't use any real classic or older sneaker models for this collaboration. They were really just trying to bring new energy into their freshly released newer models. All these silhouettes were released in essentially the last 6 to 7 months, making them Adidas' latest offerings. So to pair them with the classic DBZ IP is not just for the culture, but it's a strategic move on their part. Will it work out in the long run? Only after an Adidas exec finishes his run on Snake Way will we find out. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. I'll catch y'all up later on that one. With all that out of the way, let's get into the shoe, but before we do that, we gotta take a look at this box, boy. There are so many details to this collaboration that I have to say I'm truly impressed. They left no stone unturned. Here we see the Adidas and Dragon Ball Z co-branding on the top of the box in that classic Dragon Ball Z style text. Here on the right side of the box we have a selfie, or a self-portrait as we like to call it back in the day, of Goku and a Dragon Ball. On the left side we have this partial image with Goku and Frieza in it, and the only way you can complete this image is if you buy all 8 Adidas X Dragon Ball Z pairs and line them up properly. Even once you slide the box out, you want to be delicate taking these shoes out because the wrapping paper is so legendary. It's a print of Goku looking down at little old Frieza during their encounter in the Frieza saga. Now let's get into the materials and details. The upper of this shoe is predominantly made of materials that represent the color of Goku's clothing. If you remember, in this manga-based anime show, Goku wears an orange outfit known as a gi. Gi is typically a martial arts combat outfit, and so Goku's gi is orange, hence the shoe is mostly orange. We see very nice suede paneling on the toe box, along the midsection, the heel counter, and the lace panels are made of this orange suede as well. We then have this mesh layer underneath that starts off bright goldish yellow on the toe box and slowly transitions in a gradient to orange by the time it reaches the back. Now if you look at it in reverse, this is a reference to Goku's hair and how it turns bright yellow when he powers up to Super Saiyan mode. Of course, his hair actually goes from black to yellow and not orange to yellow, so that part of the gradient doesn't really make literal sense, but I'm sure it was a creative choice to make the shoe look better. We then have these blue 3 stripes made of cloth with these unfinished edges in reference to the blue shirt Goku wears under his gi. The blue shirt looks like it might have had its sleeves cut off, and that's why these have that unfinished look. Looking at the tongue, it's made of the same blue fabric with unfinished raw edges for the same reason. We have these bright orange laces. They're almost such a bright orange that they look hot pink up close. We have a tongue tab with the Adidas trefoil and a Dragon Ball on the back with 1 star on it. This likely refers to this being the first shoe in the collection, and the Frieza pair has a ball with 2 stars to refer to the second. And one of my favorite details, we have this off-white suede patch on the back of the heel with the big symbol you see on Goku's gi in the anime. The symbol stands for Go, which is the first half of Goku's name, and it translates to enlightenment. Finally, one of my favorite details is the embroidered cloud on the medial side of the toe box in reference to Goku's Nimbus cloud he flew around when he was a Ute. The sock liner of this shoe is this nice blue fabric, super soft, and then we have this intricate bright yellow insole with a repeating Dragon Ball pattern and Adidas X Dragon Ball Z branding once again. Finally, we have this full boost midsole with a blue piece of plastic running across the back of the shoe, presumably for stability and torsion control, and one on the lateral side of the toe box. Then we have this orange EVA plug that starts off on the medial side and has a line running across the back of the lateral side of the heel. I believe this is meant to once again reference the Nimbus cloud as well. The small line symbolizes the trail that the cloud leaves behind as it's being flown on. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure what these characters or symbols on this orange block stand for, so if you know what they stand for, leave it in the comments. And to end it off, we have this black traction outsole on the bottom of the shoe. When it comes to comfort, these shoes are absolutely as comfortable as they come, and the full boost midsole has a lot to do with that. This thing packs a punch, believe me. Don't let the shape fool you. I know this looks like an NMD, and so you'd assume the comfort would be close to NMD boost, which is not that much versus an Ultra Boost, but if I was a gambling man, I'd bet on it being closer to the Ultra Boost in comfort. As soon as your heel strikes the ground in these, you can feel that oh so beloved boost cushy feeling, which I've missed for quite some time. Now, you might be wondering that because this shoe has random EVA plugs embedded in the midsole, does it neutralize the effect of boost the way it does NMDs? And the answer is a resounding no. It actually doesn't neutralize it in that way, and the bounce back you get from the boost is still fully intact. The upper, on the other hand, is a little confusing because the toe box area of the shoe fits properly around your foot, but the heel area always seems to be a touch too loose. That might also be because I didn't lace them and tighten them up yet, but the heel opening is pretty loose nonetheless. It's almost like they didn't want it to hold onto your foot completely. However, I don't mind this fit at all. It is a casual shoe, and it does allow your foot to have a little bit of breathability and comfort versus being forced to feel like your foot's being hugged all the time. This brings us to sizing. Now, for sizing, I went half a size down in these. I'm a true to size 10, and I'm wearing a size 9.5, and let me tell you, it fits fine. There's only one tiny hiccup here. The length of the shoe is maybe half a centimeter too short, so my front big toe makes contact with the front of the shoe and is pushed ever so slightly. It's not a painful kind of pushing, but it's just there by a hair. If the shoe was maybe like a millimeter or two longer, it would have been perfect. The width of the shoe, on the other hand, is perfect, and I know for a fact that if I went true to size 10, there would be way too much space around the shoe for me to feel comfortable with. My personal recommendation would be to go half a down for a snug fit and true to size if you really want a cozy fit with a bit of room. Now, I've heard that the second shoe in this collaboration, the Frieza Young one, is a lot more underwhelming than the Goku ZX500 Resto mod, so I can't speak on that. Although I can say, based on pictures I've seen, I definitely see what people are talking about. I don't see as much detail and as many little trinkets as you find on this shoe, but I have to say Adidas really pulled out all the stops for this Goku pair. I was a little lukewarm about this collab in general and how it was going to turn out, but with all the little details, the meaning behind every design choice, and symbols directly related to the character, I couldn't be any happier with the execution. And to top it off, they're comfortable as hell. Did Adidas set the record straight, or do you still think they could have done this collab better? Let me know in the comments. Catch you later. Pixelated, just ate a senzu bean.